In a small village surrounded by dusty roads and golden fields lived a young girl named Amina. She was only 17 years old. Her dreams were simple, yet beautiful. She wanted to study, become a teacher, and help other girls in her village learn to read and write. She loved books, especially stories about brave women who changed their destiny. But life had different plans for her. Amina's family was poor. Her father worked as a laborer, earning just enough to feed the family. One evening, a wealthy older man from a nearby town came to their house with a marriage proposal. His name was Haji Karim. He was nearly 50 years old, a widower with grown children. He owned land, a big house, and had money. For Amina's parents, this proposal felt like a blessing. They believed their daughter would live a comfortable life, free from poverty. They did not think about her age, her dreams, or her feelings. They thought only about security and respect in society. When Amina heard the news, her heart sank. She tried to explain to her mother that she was not ready. She wanted to continue her studies. She wanted to live her youth before becoming someone's wife. But her words were lost in the heavy silence of tradition and financial pressure. "Daughters must accept what is written in their fate," her mother said softly, wiping her tears. Within a month, Amina was married. The wedding was grand. There were lights, music, and many guests. Everyone congratulated her, calling her lucky. But inside, Amina felt empty. She smiled because she had to. She greeted people because it was expected. But her eyes held sadness that no one noticed. After marriage, she moved to Haji Karim's big house. The house was beautiful, but it felt like a cage. Her husband was not cruel, but he was distant and controlling. He expected her to behave like a mature woman, to manage the house perfectly, and to obey him without question. Amina felt alone. There was no one her age to talk to. Her husband's children were older than her and treated her with cold respect. She missed her school friends. She missed her books. She missed laughing without fear. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Amina's life became a routine of cooking, cleaning, and staying quiet. Whenever she tried to express her feelings, her husband would say, "You are too young to understand life. I know what is best for you." His words made her feel smaller each day. One evening, while cleaning an old cupboard, Amina found a notebook. It was blank. She held it tightly and felt something awaken inside her. That night, when everyone was asleep, she began to write. She wrote about her dreams, her pain, her fears, and her hopes. Writing became her secret escape. Through her words, she felt alive again. Months later, Haji Karim noticed the notebook. At first, he was angry. He thought she was complaining about him. But when he read her words, he saw her heart for the first time. He saw the sadness she carried silently. He saw the dreams she had buried. Something changed in him. The next morning, he called her gently. "Amina," he said, "why didn't you tell me you wanted to study?" She looked down. She whispered, "I tried, but no one listened." For the first time, he felt guilty. He realized that while he had given her comfort, he had taken away her freedom. He had married a child who still deserved to grow. A week later, he surprised her. He enrolled her in a nearby college for evening classes. At first, Amina couldn't believe it. Her eyes filled with tears, but this time they were tears of hope. Slowly, her life began to change. She studied during the evenings and managed the house during the day. It was not easy, but it gave her purpose. She started smiling again, not because she had to, but because she felt it. People in the village talked. Some criticized, but Amina stayed focused. She completed her studies and later became a teacher in a local school. Her journey was painful. She had lost her carefree youth too soon. She had faced loneliness and emotional struggle, but she found strength within herself. She learned that even in difficult circumstances, a small spark of hope can light up a dark life. Amina's story is not just about early marriage. It is about listening to girls, understanding their dreams, and giving them a choice. No girl should feel trapped in her own life. Every girl deserves education, respect, and the freedom to decide her future. Sometimes, change begins with a simple act, like writing in a blank notebook. And sometimes, even a broken dream can be rebuilt, stronger than before.